Hey Brown Box crew. So, welcome to our newest members, Max and Katie. Max, good luck with the bowling. I am really terrible at bowling because I am small, and bowling balls are heavy. Katie, I'm glad to have another jack of all trades as far as the arts go. I dabble in a whole heckload of things, and I'm not tremendously good at it, but I make it work. Quick update on my jobs before I get my questions answered. I have about 4 to 5 different companies that I'm waiting to hear back from, and hopefully things will go well. I should be hearing back within like the next week or so. Luckily, I have enough money to pay rent this month. Okay, so I will be able to survive. I just won't be able to get a good camera for a while. Question time! Eddie, the hardest puzzle I've ever solved was one called Lost in a Jigsaw. It's I think a 500 to 1,000 piece puzzle, I can't remember exactly. But the thing is, all of the pieces are shaped exactly the same, so every piece can fit inside every other piece. So you have to really look at the pattern and try to match them by the picture, not by the shape. And that's difficult for me because I'm not used to doing it that way. And a lot of the pieces had a lot of the same colors in them, so really, really difficult. Ben, you asked what our favorite superhero was. Well, mine's not a conventional one, it's one that my friend made up, called the Fabric Queen, okay? And it's a long story to describe exactly how she came up with this and what it is, but I'll just say her power is that she can control any fabric, cloth, needles, thread, whatever, just completely, and she sews really, really amazing costumes all the time for her loyal, sycophantic servants and henchmen. I don't know if exactly she's a good guy or a bad guy. She's more like Deadpool in the fact that she's in that gray area. So, but still, I don't want to face her because she's really sinister. Story time! You're probably wondering why I titled my video Spiderman while I sleepwalk. Okay, so everybody kind of has a story that they like to tell everybody that they know. Well, at least I think that's how things go. If you don't, sorry, because that's what my question is for you to tell that story. An example of my story would be, when I was about 12 years old, we were re-roofing our house, and I have this case where I sleepwalk and I become extremely exhausted, and so re-roofing the house, that was one of the things that caused me to become extremely exhausted when I went to bed. Now, in our house, it's customary to, say goodnight to our parents before we go to bed. Well, in my mind, I was laying in bed and I thought I hadn't done this. So my brain began to concoct a plan to get downstairs to tell my parents goodnight. For some reason, though, going out the door was not an option. So apparently my brain decided to concoct a plan to go out the window. Now, I didn't really expect to go downstairs, which was an incredible shock to me when I woke up on the hood of the car. I had sleptwalked out of my window, my second story window, and landed on my car. And I found out that I was locked outside and that it was a lot later than I expected it to be, and everybody was already going to bed or asleep. So I went up to the door and tried to get in, and it was locked, and I freaked and I panicked and I started banging on the door. I'm like, "Let me in!" And everybody came to the door and was like, "What are you doing?" So, I told them that I sleptwalked out of the window. Now here's the freaky part, okay? We go back up to my room and find out that both the window and the outdoor screen, the mosquito net basically, for our house, had both been closed. So what that means is I hung outside on the wall and I closed them before proceeding to fall on the car. I was Spider-Man when I slept. What's your story? That's all I got for today. Hit it. First off, I have a whole lot of companies that are waiting to hear back. Well, blah.